In this video, I'll demonstrate how you can set up a private discussion with one or several students in your class. The first step is to set up the groups. The Groups tool is accessible by selecting Edit Course in the nav bar on the course homepage. From the course administration page, select Groups. The first step is to create a group category, and I'll call this category Private Discussions. The enrollment type is going to be number of groups, no auto-enrollments, because I'm going to select the individual to put in the group from my class list. So there are 2 students who I'd like to have a private discussion with, so I'm going to put in the number 2 here. This number will depend on how many private discussions you want to set up in your course. So I'm going to go ahead and select Create. It was created successfully, and now I'm going back to the category list. There are no members in Group 1 or Group 2. I know who I'd like to put into these groups, and I'd first like to rename them. So Group 1 will become Private Discussion with Charlie, and Group 2 will become Private Discussion with Snoopy. Now I have to enroll those students into each group. The icon with the person and the green plus sign allows you to access the enrollment page. Here I have a drop down at the top that indicates whether I want to enroll people in all groups or individual groups. The private discussion with Charlie will include Charlie. So I'm going to select from the list below Charlie and click Save. Now I will go to the Snoopy group, and from the column Private Discussion with Snoopy, select Snoopy and click Save. Now if I go back to the category list, you can see that I've got 2 groups. The member in the private discussion with Charlie is Charlie Brown, and the private discussion with Snoopy, the member is Snoopy. Now if I want to go back and create discussions within this interface, I go back to the category Private Discussions, and at the bottom ask Kodiak to set up discussion areas for this particular grouping. And the forum does not exist, so I'll create a new forum and call it Private Discussions and save. And then I'll ask it to create. It created the forum as well as 2 forum topics. I'll select Done and go back via the course homepage to the Discussions area via the Tools widget, where you'll see in my Forums and Topics list a private discussions forum with a topic in which Charlie and I can have a private discussion and another topic in which Snoopy and I can have a private discussion.